Like all of the Mortal Kombat games, Deadly Alliance focuses heavily on its fighting modes. The gameplay is completely different from that of previous entries in the franchise. Each character now possesses 3 individual fighting styles, generally 2 hand-to-hand styles and 1 weapon style, except for Blaze and Mocap, who received 3 hand-to-hand styles and no weapon style, which players can switch between with the push of a button. In previous games, aside from dial combos, all the characters fought virtually identically, with only special moves to differentiate them. The number of special moves per character, usable in any fighting style, has also been reduced, varying only from 2 to 4 for most, thus forcing the player to make use of the improved fighting system. The characters can no longer run, and there is no run meter. However, while still limited to only moving into the background and foreground, movement in the 3rd dimension is much easier and can be used continuously. In Mortal Kombat 4, sidestepping was mapped to 2 different buttons and could be performed at a rate of about 1 second. To prevent fighters from leaving the arena, boundaries that are otherwise invisible appear when a fighter is knocked against the edge. Characters' models became more realistic. Flesh will move or jiggle on a character as he or she moves around. Environmental interaction is present, but infrequent. Several levels include obstacles, such as pillars or statues, that can be shattered to damage an opponent standing near one. There is just 1 fatality per character, while the previous games included many ways to finish the opponent. Along with Mortal Kombat X, until the XL patch added them to Mortal Kombat X, it is the only other Mortal Kombat game that does not include stage fatalities, although the acid bath level still possesses special acid vomiting statues called acid Buddhas that do damage directly to fighters that stray too close to them. Deadly Alliance introduces the Conquest mode, which expands on the storyline and acts as a tutorial for each character. The Conquest mode consists of a series of missions to complete with each of the characters. In between each sequence, a video of a monk moving between various locations on the path of conquest is shown, but this has no actual bearing on the gameplay itself, other than to simulate the sense of a journey. After completing 8 initial combat tasks with Sub-Zero, the player is instructed to complete a specific set of tasks with each character, which vary from performing difficult combos to defeating opponents. Each series comes with text instructions that include a basic storyline that delves further into each character's background and motives. The characters Blaze and Mocap can only be unlocked by completing all stages of Conquest. Upon completing each mission, of a starting difficulty for each character that increases per mission, the player is rewarded with a number of coins that act as the in-game currency to open coffins in the crypt and unlock secrets in the game. Reception for Mortal Kombat. Deadly Alliance was generally favorable, as it both resuscitated a series that had been waning since the late 1990s and brought many new innovations to it. Jeremy Dunham of IGN praised the game for reinventing the Mortal Kombat formula, pointing specifically to Ed Boon's implementation of true 3-dimensional fighting, entirely different fighting styles, and a deeper, more intuitive combo system. Jeff Gerstmann of GameSpot commended Deadly Alliance for its fluid animation and graphics, and stated that the roster was a good mix of old and new faces. Likewise, Benjamin Turner of GameSpy welcomed the addition of new characters to the roster, and was complimentary of the new fighting system. You can just sit back, turn your brain off, and beat people to bloody pulps. IGN Craig Harris lauded the Game Boy Advance version for its polish and content, stating that a lot of attention was poured into this project, from the fighting and graphics engine, to establishing enough presentation and extras to make the game an excellent single-player title. GameSpot declared Deadly Alliance the second-best GameCube release of November 2002, and gave the game its annual Best Fighting Game on Xbox and Best Fighting Game on GameCube awards. It also won the Best Brawl award at G4 in 2003, and later would also be included on the bestseller budget lines for all 3 consoles: PlayStation 2's Greatest Hits, GameCube's Player's Choice, and Xbox's Platinum Hits.